Hello everyone, talking about the Ka'Deem Carey injury here today, or his absence. Before we start, please make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Now let's talk about it. So Ka'Deem Carey, probably one of the best running backs in the CFL, will be missing this game against the Ottawa Redblacks tomorrow. I don't know exactly what the reasoning is for his injury, but yeah, he is going to be out. And I just wanted to emphasize how good Carey is. So let's go through some stats and then talk about who will probably fill in for Carey tomorrow night against Ottawa. So for Carey, his carries on the year are 72, which ranks 5th in the league. And out of the other top 5 guys, 3 of them have played more games than him. In terms of rushing yards, he is 2nd in the league with 471. Rushing TDs, 5. Tied for 2nd in the league. Carries of 10 plus yards, 16, also 2nd in the league behind only Jamal Morrow. And then carries of 20 plus yards, 5, which is 1st in the league. Of course, he is making an impact, and you have to think for some of these stats, he would definitely be in 1st place. I did a post on my Instagram, Bush League Broadcast, check it out if you want, just talking about how he was 13 yards behind Morrow of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and with his past, 4 games, he has been able to average 99 yards per game, a little over 99 yards. So you'd have to imagine that Carey would have taken that top spot from Morrow this week, as Saskatchewan is on a bye. My dog is sighing because he's sad that the Rough Riders are on a bye. But yeah, you have to think that he probably would have taken that top spot. And then in general, you look how he's done those past 4 games, aside from the yards. Done it with a pretty light workload, 14 carries on average over the past 4 games. I think his heaviest in those 4 contests were 19 carries, and that was a few weeks back ago. Then he had 12, and 10, something like that, where it's been pretty light, but he's been very productive. Hasn't had a crazy long run that inflated his stats a bunch. And then he had some good moments against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, which means now that against the Ottawa team, they will be without Carey, who has been, as we can see, a very good back on the ground. Replacing him will probably be Payton Logan. Wanted to emphasize that because I know if you grew up in the Midwest, you usually don't enunciate, so you just say names like Payton as Payton instead of Payton. But yeah, Logan is only having 16 rushing attempts on the season. That's correct on the CFL website. And outside of his carries, he has shown that he can be a very deadly back from the backfield. I think it was against Hamilton or Montreal. He came in and was a very good receiving back and had 40-some yards through the air. I think it was just kind of like swinging him out, but he was good. And so to be a good dual threat back is something that the Stampeders would really like to have if he is the starting running back for this week. And we already know that he is dangerous because we've seen what he can do on kickoff and punt returns, as he has a touchdown for punt return, I think, this year, and in general has done very well, has a high average, and then only has a few returns that I think were crazy long. That would have inflated his stats in general, though. He posts very good numbers, so I am curious to see how he does, and curious to see how they do without Ka'Deem Carey. Also, a little side note here, Trey Roberson and Sean McEwen will be out as well, as they are placed on the 6-game injured list. So let me know your thoughts on all this down below. Also, please make sure to like this video, and again, not saying to like this video because of the injury, just because of the news-related aspect, and also make sure to subscribe as well to see more CFL content. Everybody, stay safe, and have a great night.